Okay, these are the two most solid discounted phones under 30,000 rupees. Like on the one side, you have Motorola Edge 60 Pro, which has really good, crazy specs for the price and seems like a really good deal under 30,000 rupees. Or is it? Like last time when we did a 60-day review of the Motorola Edge 50 Pro, we had some really dark secrets to discover. And same is the case with the Moto Edge 60 Pro. Like now you have recommendations on the app drawer, you have glance notifications on the lock screen, and this is pushed later on via updates. This was not there during the launch of the phone. So I purposely daily drove this phone for 100 days to answer all your burning questions. Like, ooh. But while I was about to gather my thoughts and write down a complete full review, we had this guy. The Xiaomi 14 Civi, which was launched for around 40,000 rupees, is currently selling at a discount of 10,000 rupees. So if your budget is around 30,000 rupees, which phone should you buy? Which is a good all-rounder phone under 30,000 rupees. So technically this is a Motorola Edge 60 Pro review, but I'll try to give you a clear picture of whether you should buy this phone or not, and if not, which is the right phone for you. Prateek, TechWiser, like this video for more long-term reviews. We want to do a lot of them, and we are here in Bangkok. TechWiser goes international for a very, really important meeting. But as a legend said,
show must go on.
Let's go. Now we have already unboxed the phone, explained all the specs. If you want to read it once again, here it is on the screen. But in this video, we'll talk about the pros and cons, the features that you will use, the issues you will face in real life. Now, the first pro has to be like the build of the phone. Now, I have the pleasure of using a lot of phones in a year, like roughly 50 to 60. And Motorola is still one of the few makers to still use a curved display. And I know curved display have a lot of problems, like it's hard to get a screen protector. Like with the previous Edge 50 Pro, we went to the market to get a UV applied screen protector, which is not good for the phone. Now all these problems are there with a curved display, but the feeling of using a curved display is different. Like if you see from the sides, the frame is so thin. It is made up of plastic though, unlike aluminum last year, but I don't mind the difference. The phone still feels quite solid, slim, although it is not. And because of the slimness, I have dropped the phone quite a few times. It does come with Corning Gorilla Glass 7 eyeglass protection, but if you see closely, there are a lot of micro scratches. So I would recommend use a screen protector. Also, the back being vegan leather, it gets soiled or a bit stained. Like I've used the phone without a case for months now, and if you see, the edges have collected some stains. Now this stain was pretty solid. What I did was, since the phone is IP68, IP69, I just took a brush and cleaned the back. So now it looks better, but use protection. Do it. Now I remember this curved display trend started from the flagship phones, and then suddenly all budget and mid-range phones were curved displays. Now they have become flat. So this poppy colors and this curved display has sort of became the identity of Motorola phone. It is easy to identify them this way. Now speaking of that, here's a word from our sponsor Surfshark VPN, and a lot of popular apps like WhatsApp, Google Chrome, in fact Instagram or Netflix doesn't work over here. So you just have to go to Surfshark VPN and connect to the nearest country, and boom, I can use WhatsApp. And trust me, if you go outside where these apps don't work, a VPN is a lifesaver. And you should get Surfshark VPN importantly for two reasons. Number one, Surfshark VPN works seamlessly on all websites, so you can even unlock content from other part of the world. Like I wanted to watch Prime Video here in China, which is available in India. So I can connect to the Indian VPN and watch Panchayat on Prime like nothing happened. And number two, Surfshark VPN is available at a never seen before cost, and you get unlimited device access. You can go to surfshark.com/TechWiser or click on the first link in the description and use coupon code TechWiser to get 4 months extra offer. Also, there's a 30-day money back guarantee, so there's no harm in trying. And the second pro is something which is so hidden that I didn't even feel it. The display. You get a 6.7-inch POLED display, which is big, but this is what you get these days. So carrying it outdoors in summers or bright sunlight, I had absolutely zero issues. Like let me try and simulate peak brightness in summers. Like I'll hold this strong light, play an HDR video, and if you see, it hits about 2000 nits on this machine. Rest, it was smooth to use. It has been downgraded from 144Hz last year to 120Hz now, but I didn't mind that downgrade. The display was so good that I didn't even care about the display. I do listen to songs on speaker in the morning, and even the speakers for the price are pretty loud. And there's one small pro: battery. Generally, all phones this year are coming with a huge 6000-7000 mAh battery. The only catch is these bigger batteries are not optimized that well. So a 7000 mAh battery doesn't perform like one. Here you get a 6000 mAh battery, but the optimization is good. So I have these battery screenshots. I was easily getting about 6 to 7 hours of SOT, and this is on a heavy usage. While I'm outside the whole day on 5G, on Wi-Fi you could easily go 1 to 1.5 days, 8 hours of screen on time. In fact, I also checked the battery drain for 3 days. I took a screenshot, kept mobile data, everything on, and then took a screenshot the next day in the morning. It was a nominal 4 to 6% overnight drain, Also, there's support for wireless charging, but I rarely used it. I mostly charged it with cable because that way it was faster. Now, apart from the build, display, battery, etc., the major upgrade this year is the performance. This year, you get a Dimensity 8350, 8GB LPDDR5X RAM, 250GB UFS 4.0 storage from the base variant. And because of the storage and performance bump, the camera use of the phone has become really good. Like, I was taking videos in China. In fact, a lot of footage on these two shots are shot on the Moto Edge 60 Pro. I didn't find any lag or any missed footages. It was way better than last year. Now, at times when you're opening the scanner for UPI payment or directly opening the camera from the lock screen, there is a noticeable delay, but that happens with every 30,000 phone. Now, to give you more idea about the performance, here side by side with the Xiaomi 14 Civi, which comes with Snapdragon 8s Gen 3. If you see, Antutu score is more or less the same. Now, I don't play many games, but during the launch, BGMI used to run at 60 FPS, but now there's an update pushed. It runs at 120 FPS. So for that casual BGMI play or that Subway Surfer Candy Crush, it works absolutely well. Unlike the other gaming phones, you don't get those fancy frame interpolation or air gestures. The performance here is good enough for most of the people. In case you want to game, I would recommend get the iQOO Neo 10 that has more gaming performance and features. Now, an important thing is Motorola phones have had lag and jitters in their previous phones, and I read a lot of Flipkart and Reddit reviews over the Moto Edge 60 Pro, and I didn't see a lot of people complaining about performance lag. There were 1 or 2 tweets about lag, so it's safe to say it's not there with most devices, and if you're experiencing lag or issues, I think you should replace your device or visit the service center. Now, for cameras in general, I would say Motorola has improved quite a lot in the past 2 years. With the Edge 60 Pro, the specs more or less remains the same like the last year. Probably the best in this price range, but the major improvement this year has been the camera lag. So see, if I keep the Edge 50 Pro and the Edge 60 Pro side by side, at times the Edge 50 Pro was just unusable in terms of camera. So the whole photo taking experience is way better than last year. Like, I took the Moto Edge 60 Pro to China for my recent trip, and these photos I could directly post on Instagram. No edits, nothing required. It tries to take warm pictures and the colors look very poppy. Sometimes there is a shutter lag, so some photos come out blurry like this, but it happens like 2 to 3 times out of 100 pictures. Now, whether Xiaomi clicks better picture or Motorola, see, I took hundreds of photos from both the phones on this trip side by side. See, I won't confuse a lot, just in one simple sentence. If you show these photos to a normal person side by side, 7 out of 10 times people will choose Motorola. Now, while speaking about how good the camera is, there's one thing which sort of disappointed me, and while we talk about that, let's talk about what's meh or the cons. First is the telephoto camera. Like, during good daytime, the photos are good, but as soon as the light goes down, even slightly, like sunset time, the photos get soft. I use the telephoto rarely when the light was very good, but since this is 30,000, I will let it slide. But what cannot be put under the rug is software. See, this is the exact screenshot of our first impression of the phone, and now let me put the current app drawer side by side. Can you see the difference? See, if I swipe on the app drawer, there are recommendations to install app. In fact, there is this games folder now. It again has this game store recommendation. All of this was not there when the phone was launched. This is pushed later on via an update. So basically, you have to go to the app drawer, 3 dots, settings, apps, and then you get this games folder, disable it. Then again go back and go to app picks, again disable it. Very hidden. Another hidden stuff is I started getting glance notifications on the lock screen. You tap on it and it will open all those news, ads. Again, settings, smart lock screen, disable it. Also, this Motorola weather app keeps sending notification. You open the app and surprise, it also has ads. So overall, that clean image of Motorola UI or Hello UI, it is slowly going away. It now has full-on recommendations and annoying apps, and I think a lot less people care about it now, but my job is to put it out there, and I don't hate the UI. I like it. I still like the remember me button. I can use it anywhere to just remember the information or screenshot. In fact, I still use everyday chop to flash so much that I do it on other phones. I feel after Samsung's One UI, Hello UI is the most feature-rich smartphone UI. But Motorola phones are slowly getting more features, AI features, better specs, and the cost is these bloatware and notifications. Rest, so far I've only received 2 security updates, but Motorola keeps pushing updates to its app via the Google Play Store, like this Moto AI update and bug fixes. So you should keep updating apps from the Google Play Store. Lastly, whether you should buy it or not, we'll get to that, but here's what's extra in the Xiaomi 14 Civi. Like, you get a metal frame which is slightly more durable than plastic. The phone is also slightly smaller at 6.55 inch, not a major difference in size or everyday feel of the phone. You also get an extra selfie camera on the front, and unlike the main camera, the selfies are better on the Xiaomi 14 Civi compared to Moto Edge 60 Pro. Also, there's Dolby Vision and HDR on Netflix, which is rare to see in 30,000 price. And HyperOS updates are similar to Motorola. Both are late and it depends on your luck. Now, both the phones get NFC, so I could use my credit card in the Cred app. See, bottom line, Xiaomi 14 CV you will get on Vijay sales, sometimes Amazon at 29,999. The Motorola Edge 60 Pro is on Flipkart at 29,999, but if you put the card offers, it goes down to 27,999. So see, after using the Motorola Edge 60 Pro for about 100 days or even more traveling with it, here's what I've understood. See, there are phones that are really good in performance like iQOO, Poco, and then there are phones like S24 FE which comes in discount under 30,000, which you buy for good software and that Samsung ecosystem. But this right here is a very good all-round phone. It is not good in one aspect, but really good in everything that it does. Like you get good software, good features, IP rating, wireless charging, and even good camera. So if your budget is under 30,000 rupees and you want an overall safe choice, I would say the Moto Edge 60 Pro is a really good deal this year. Now, the Xiaomi 14 CV is a premium choice for camera enthusiasts, people who still run that photo page on Instagram. The camera features are loaded, but the audience for that is small. So choose wisely. Let me know in the comments which one you would prefer. I'll answer all the questions for the next 1 hour. This is Pratik signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew. Chop, chop.